All right, so I'm going on now. Good morning, everybody. Soon to become afternoon. Welcome inside Merrimack College in North Andover, Massachusetts, for this USPHL Premier playoff game on Black Bear TV. Today's date is March 5th, 2026, a Thursday. And in the first round of the 2026 USPHL Premier Playoffs, New England Division, the Islanders Hockey Club as the 2 seed, hosting the bottom seeded Springfield Pics on Black Bear TV. My name is Jim McCabe on the play-by-play. Happy playoff day, everybody. The playoffs are upon us. And the Islanders Hockey Club, USPHL Premier Level team, taking on the Springfield Pics for the second time in as many postseasons. And this series represents the runners-up of the last 2 USPHL Nationals. The Islanders Hockey Club lost in dramatic fashion in overtime to the Connecticut Rangers, while the Springfield Pics lost last season a very close championship game as well to the Vernal Oilers. And folks, if you think that the interleague system of Major League Baseball, National League, and American League is something, you ain't seen nothing until you've seen the history of playoff games for New England junior hockey teams. As somebody who's worked and continues to work in both the USPHL and Eastern Hockey League, some of these playoff series for this Islanders Hockey Club Premier team, which traces its history back to the 1993 Tingsboro Huskies and the Lowell Junior Lock Monsters and the New England Junior Huskies, and then the Islanders Hockey Club, and they continue to, and then we say the Islanders NCDC team starting in 2017-18, winning that first championship. 16-17 was the Islanders Hockey Club USPHL Premier team winning the championship. Many of those players went on to the NCDC team to win that inaugural championship. But I'm telling you, it's something. I'm looking at these histories, and I see this mix of teams that I've known forever and ever as teams that the Islanders Hockey Club Premier team has played against in the postseason. The only time they did not qualify, going back to the New England Junior Huskies and Lowell Junior Lock Monster days, were in 2006, 2010, and that's it. And it's just been playoffs, and more playoffs ever since then. And last year, playing the Pics represented a return to a playoff series that hadn't gone on for some time, but it dates back to the days of pre-USPHL, when the Springfield Pics were known as the New England Junior Coyotes, and the Islanders as the Lowell Junior Lock Monsters lost in 03/04 to the then New England Junior Coyotes, lost the quarterfinals. Then you go on to 2016/17, that year that the Islanders won the championship series at the New England Sports Center in Marlborough against the Boston Junior Bruins. Was on hand for that, as a matter of fact, broadcasting. And then in 17-18, the Islanders beat the Springfield Pics in the quarterfinal series 2-0. They took off until last season, 24/25. The Springfield Pics swept the Islanders Hockey Club 2-0 in this very arena. And what a couple of games it was. If I can say honestly, perhaps one of the most entertaining playoff series you could possibly lose, as the Pics won both games in overtime, 3-2 and 4-3. And we remember some guys that played and scored in those games. The Islanders, the Springfield Pics rather, graduated a lot of guys to the NCDC this season, and guys like Jacob Carey, who had 23 goals, 29 assists for the NCDC this season, Ryan Zabchuk, 4-7-11 line. And then the overtime winner was Maverick LeBon. He had 4 goals and 17 assists for the NCDC Pics this season. Ethan Brochu and Ivan Mysonenkov scored for the Islanders in that 3-2 loss. Brochu this season for the Lewiston Maniacs NCDC team, 7 goals and 9 assists. And then in the 4-3 overtime win that sent the Pics on to the next round and eliminated the Islanders. The IHC had the 2-0 lead in that game, courtesy of goals from David Ross, brother of this year player Mike Ross, and Ethan Frotkin as well. Frotkin, 184 games played for the Islanders Hockey Club in 15, 16, 18, and Premier levels. Then Jack Roberts, part of the Rated R line, gave the Islanders the 3-0 lead, if you could believe it. It seemed like the Islanders were going to take that series back. Roberts, Division III NCAA Manhattanville this season, 5 goals and 3 assists in 25 games played. Christian McKinley scored for the Pics. Benjamin Adcock, this year at Riviera University, D3, 25 games played, 2 goals. And Nick Sannon, his Riviera teammate, with 1 goal and 2 assists this season. Tying the game for Springfield, unbelievably. And then Adam Botlow, 18 goal, 21 assist season this season for the Springfield Pics, sent the Pics on to the next round last season. What a memorable playoff series it was. But, yes, the Pics have certainly had to replenish to the best of their ability with all those guys that were lost on to the NCDC level. And it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. The Islanders Hockey Club see that their team in opposition didn't have quite the success that they needed this season, but it all boils down to a best-of-3 series. And the Islanders Hockey Club have seen the Springfield Pics team enough to know that maybe the numbers don't matter. They just saw him on Sunday, and Walter Jimenez is in goal. We've pumped him up, and you've heard about him, and we're going to see what he brings to the table in goal for Springfield. It's Adam Wisbuller, Caden Turgeon, and Aiden Pisano, line 1. Kelly McMahon, Joseph Roselli, Gibson Baker, 2. Cole Davis, Connor Kelly, James Green on 3. River Sharada, Romeo Kokoza, Corbin Vercotter on 4. Ryan Nekovic is the extra forward. Owen Schultz and Samuel Zeman is D1. James Delaney and Robert Hogue is 2. Logan Carpenter and Daniel Mortis is 3. Anthony Wheeler is the 7th for the Springfield Pics defenseman. Jimenez in goal. And the Islanders Hockey Club. We'll tell you all about their lines, but line 1 looks like the starter, Jameson Yakmak, Nicholas Posthumus, and Sullivan Hauser. And we have some players to talk about for the IHC. We're going to get them all out of the way first, and then we're just going to tell you everything we can tell you, as Yakmak will chop it deep and head off to the bench for the change. Edis Romanis, Adam Hottie are the wingers on line 2 for Mr. Nathan DeRosier. It's pronounced DeRosier, he says, not the way I was saying it. So it's playoff time. It's time to make sure we get these pronounced correctly. Number 82, the former New Jersey 87 who joined this Islanders Hockey Club team mid-season and has been the solid second-line center throughout. Nathan DeRosier. Bo Dalabu, Rhett McAuliffe, Anthony Crescenzo on line 3. Shot taken for the Springfield Pics is a save. We're underway already. And with the chance, number 30, Andrew Craig is goaltending for the Islanders Hockey Club. Dalabu, McAuliffe, Crescenzo, line 3. Nick Muse, Ethan Frotkin, Giovanni Rhodes is 4. Damian Costadina is the extra. Adam Hottie making the move to the slot and put one on goal. The backhand save was made. Jimenez passed to the front for Dapkus. Dapkus is going to retreat to the point, and Bill Dapkus will then send it to the slot in the Springfield Pics. We'll get to this, and they'll dump in, courtesy of Gibson Baker. Islanders and Pics are changing. Adam Hottie's scored a lot of goals in his hockey career. His junior career is coming to an end. Here this spring, Ross fighting for it down low. We got a stoppage in play. You got Gerald Holleran and Joe Spivak on D1, Mike Ross, Bill Dapkus on 2, Tyler Brandel and Gavin O'Keefe on 3, and Igor Rybelchenko is the 7th defenseman. Andrew Craig is the starting goaltender. Face-off win for the IHC. Crescenzo shot in front, blocked. Kelly tried to steer it out. And it's out now, the Springfield zone. Chased down the IHC end. Played on the back line. O'Keefe. And the clear by Brandel. Brandel, I think, gives a little business to Mr. Yepes, the lines person, for the icing call. Maybe not actually business given, you could say outright. As far as the Islanders Hockey Club guys to talk about are concerned, no, I'll wait. We'll face off in the Islanders zone. It's the playoffs, so you got to dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and not even make jokes about doing the reverse. We're 2 minutes, 14 seconds in. Face off to the left of Craig, and the Islanders trying to get to this, but Springfield has gotten to it instead. Green, far wing, gets the hit, applied, and Islanders, get out. Need you not to hang on the rail. Not to hang on the rail, please. Thank you. Yes. Yes, our vision must not be impeded. Appreciate it. Islanders Hockey Club. Moving it around, trying to get it out of their zone. The keep in was good from Zeman. And Frodkin dumping in from neutral. First one on is going to be Ralston. We've celebrated the Ralston family. Great to see him back after entering a recent game. Elliot Ralston for the Islanders Hockey Club. The skater previously. Ishmael Ralston, the NCDC Islanders goaltender. From back in the early season of the NCDC's existence. Holleran. Frodkin. Gotten out. Ralston wants it. Springfield trying to gather in neutral. Able to dump in now. Courtesy of Vercoder. Change time, Springfield. Getting the puck to net. Holleran cuts it down. On the near side boards, Ralston tried to get. Schultz instead shoots for the Springfield Pics, and the save is made by Craig. Now puck is out to neutral, and this is nicely put onto the stick of Ralston with Springfield. Tight coverage, and going the other way. Not many whistles to start this one. Turgeon for Wismuller. Left circle shot save made. Oh, and the rebound chance is there. And nice defense certainly was applied to Pisano, as he was the guy in front that had the big rebound chance, but he was absolutely defended away from it. Wismuller back in, trying to drop it, and couldn't get to the teammate. Islanders dump in the other way. What a start to this one. We're 4.5 minutes in, no score. Islanders forechecking, getting it. Yakmak. Oh, there's battling going on behind here. It's going to stop the play between Hauser and Springfield's Carpenter. Here are the things to tell you about as far as the Islanders Hockey Club are concerned this season. What a parade it's been from the elite to the premier. Graduating guys like Bo Dalibou, Adam Hottie, Sullivan Hauser, not to mention Rhett McAuliffe, Jameson Yakmak. All significantly played games, goals, and assists for the Islanders Hockey Club elite, and making the same big impact since coming up to the premier. Hauser gets the check applied, far corner. Yakmak is shot from a severe angle, and the save is made. Springfield player lost the stick. Shot's going to be taken by McMahon. Count the save for Craig. Onto it was Baker. In neutral, Zeman dumps in. Love whips out from Craig, and may have been going wide, but the whistle happens now. Of course, we got to talk about guys like Edis Framanis. 112 games played in the USPHL between Richmond Generals, Potomac Patriots, and Islanders Hockey Club. And 54 goals, 46 assists, 100 points exactly in the USPHL regular season. 7 playoff games, 4 goals, 1 assist. And USPHL elite, 11 games played, 2 goals, 3 assists. Great career for him. Not the only guy who's an 05 who we're celebrating in his final go-around in the juniors. Springfield Pics getting this pass now to the right point man. Shots and the saves made. Craig on Seaman. And the puck's out to neutral. Mortis tries to flip it on. And now Fermanis gets this on to Hottie. Adam Hottie to the middle. And the coverage from Springfield was very decent. And Springfield going the other way. Contact was physical, certainly. Kelly to the front. Nice rejection by Brandel. Still the grab possibility. And Brandel makes sure all the way, finally, that the chance is extinguished. Brandel coming from the NCDC Islanders Hockey Club and trying to make that impact on the IHC Premier back line. Battling for Crescenzo and company. And the goaltender Jimenez watches to his right. It's nearby the Springfield bench. It squirts free. And we're 6+ minutes deep into the first period. Watch out as that puck is eye level to us. Up in the balcony as it's gotten out of the Springfield zone. And Randall makes it leave. Going on for it near side is McAuliffe. Crescenzo gets in there. Battle for it on the near side. Bortz goes to the point man. Spivak shot save. Jimenez. Crescenzo off onto the back and then return to the front. And this Pics tried to clear. Holleran shot and gets a little chaotic now in the Springfield zone. Holleran to keep alive at the left point. Penalty coming up on the Pics. First power play of the game. 13:05 to go in the first period. Mr. Reddick, referee, signals the holding call against Schultz for Springfield. We also got to talk about Ethan Frodkin, guys. 184 games played in an Islanders uniform between the 15, 16, and 18. And same for Nick Muse. 175 games played for the 15, 16, 18, and Premier Islanders Hockey Club. Islanders Hockey Club. When the face-off point shot doesn't go, that was taken by Ross. Ross to Holleran. Holleran back to Ross, the left point person in the midpoint area. Holleran way near side. Shot. And goes out of play on lots of coverage in front. Adam Hottie, 136 games played total. USPHL Premier Elite Islanders. 61 goals, 87 assists, 148 points. Sullivan Hauser, 121 games played for the IHC Elite and Premier. 55 goals, 49 assists, 104 points. These are the guys that I most wanted to celebrate as this playoff series gets underway. Yakmak and Hauser working down low. Back for Yakmak to the front. He got the left hand. Oh, to Posthumous, and a save was made by Jimenez. Back for Posthumous. He nudges it for the left circle. I thought that connection play was going to work, and it was well executed, but the Jimenez save spoiled it. Hauser, Ross. Back for Hauser. His long-distance shot from the far wall side was blocked by the Pics, and the Islanders controlled neutral. Holleran for Posthumous. Springfield with the coverage, and the puck's down into the IHC zone, controlled by goaltender Craig, as less than 12 minutes remain in the first period. And the Islanders' power play is ticking down, and the slow breakout, and we'll be down to 40 seconds. Spivak in neutral. The Rosier checked off the puck. Flipped around by Springfield. Spivak quick to the far point man. There's nobody there. And it's down into the IHC zone. Dapkus. Bill Dapkus swings away from the pressure. 15 seconds power play. One more breakout. Dapkus. Our side zone entry. Flip towards net by DeRochier. Save Jimenez. Spivak trying to get it on to Fermanis. Springfield tries to clear. Dapkus keeps it in. For Spivak. For DeRochier. Through the right circle to the front. Dalibou couldn't slam it home. There was Springfield's Mortis with him, and maybe caught to save Jimenez. A keep alive by DeRochier for Dalibou, then he gets double hit by Mortis and Zeman, the defenseman. We got a stoppage simultaneous, and I think coincidental. Not in the penalty sense, but I think it was coincidence. I believe this is a non-penalty whistle is what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, everybody, it's the playoffs. We're magical. Things can happen, and we'll be here as long as we need to. Infinite overtime, a possibility. Always a possibility. But we are going to have some double headers. They're rare for me to witness, but the Islanders Premier and Elite are going to get together tomorrow, and they'll give them a 5-hour window between start times. Almost at the halfway point of the first period, 0-0. Islanders and Pics in the USPHL Premier Playoffs. First round, game 1, best of 3. Springfield gains control on offensive ice. We'll just send it wide of the net. Ralston digging on near side, colliding with Baker. Baker will go down low for it, line 2 right winger. Baker to the right point man, who's got to shoot. And that was from Delaney and off the back of the rink. And now Ralston stumbling for this in neutral. And look at the presence of Delaney to get back there for the Pics. Nicely done. Exited from Springfield ice, and hurrying on to this is Dapkus as we've gone past the halfway point of period number 1. Gotten out to neutral, and the Pics grabbed this in their own zone. Spit on by Carpenter, and finished into the offensive zone by Davis. And an overstepped puck by Brandel, and there's going to be some more work to do by him, and he's feeling the pressure, and it goes to the near side, and Brandel will get it out to neutral on his own and step on further into offensive ice. Look at this. Brandel puts it across the front of the goal mouth, and puck is now out to neutral, and you're never going to guess who still has it. It's Brandel, and this is to Dalabo. Some clamoring for a call as Dalabo was dealt with. And it's going to be Dapkus setting up for a right point shot. Save Jimenez. By setting up, I mean he's right place, right time. Crescenzo. The hit Carpenter applied to him. Oh, bodies flying all over the place. McAuliffe. Dalabo throws one big on Green, and that's going to get called. And, oh no, this is going to be on Springfield, actually. I thought this was a call on IHC. Now Springfield is going to touch it, and power play IHC once again. Wow, I thought I had spotted the penalty, but apparently not. I saw the wrong thing there. Then we're going to say this is a coincidental situation, as Green is the penalized player for tripping. And I don't think I'm the only one confused, because I believe you can hear Springfield supporters on our right from the red line here at Gallant Arena on Merrimack College. I think I heard at least one, "Are you kidding?" 8.5 to go in the first period. 0-0. Islanders and Springfield Pics. IHC on the power play. 0 for 1. Yakmak, Hauser to the left point man. Ross. Mike Ross, a shot. Tips up. Hauser, the coverage was Zeman. And they'll go for hard far side. Yakmak with the grab. Yakmak behind. Near corner. Passing. Front. Ross shot just wide of the net. Coverage from Springfield was good. Hauser with the pickup. The pass to Holleran. And he steers to the left point man, Ross. And he passes to Hauser. Sullivan Hauser to Postmus rather. Hauser for Holleran. And they swing it around. It gets trapped in the near corner by Hogue for Springfield. And this messes the plan up for the Islanders. But they've recovered it. Nicely from Posthumus to Hauser. Hauser to the right point. Holleran to the left point man, Ross. Here comes his drive. And it's deflected out of play. Yakmak right in front may have been the one to tip it. Jimenez might want to count him for the save. Nice looking. You know, I thought the Springfield, when Robert Hogue, the 06 defenseman, was able to trap that in the corner, I thought that was it. But the Islanders recovered nicely and got what was a quality point shot. Very quality. Maybe their best chance of the game with 7.5 to go. First period so far. Looking for an icebreaker in this playoff game 1. That is Fermanis. Bill Dapkus. Fermanis. Dapkus, the only point person right now. Left side, Spivak, one time or no. Fermanis sets it up and gets it back. And he's got DeRosier and he's got Dapkus. Gives it Dapkus. Monis, one-timer shank, but it's going to count as a pass for Spivak, and a little nudge further for him was read well by Delaney, and it's down the ice, 20 seconds left, power play. Long strides for Bill Dapkus into the offensive zone with the power play running out. Dapkus up top for Spivak. Spivak back for Dapkus. He's moving. His shot, save Jimenez. Big rebound. And the clear happens as the third coincidence of the first period. A whistle has nothing to do with what I'm describing to you. The clear down happened from Anthony Wheeler. The net apparently came off. 4 seconds on the power play. Frotkin versus Davis on the draw. It was won by the Pics. Moved around the other side. Ralston got it to O'Keefe. The Islanders kept it in. That point shot was saved by Jimenez. And not seeing the rebound availability was Frotkin. It's down to the Islanders zone and controlled by the goaltender. 0-0 Pics and Islanders still. Islanders 0 for 2 power play. Schultz, a point shot. Save Craig. And he controls it. Well, you've been introduced to everybody in this game, and you've seen a really great first period, and all the Islanders players have been celebrated, so we're settled in a nice organized manner, just the way I like it. Randall, puck tossed down. Determination is that it touched on the way down to say no icing. And Pics reverse it out of their zone quick and maybe get called for icing here. No, it'll just be short. O'Keefe around for Frotkin. Frotkin, a nice spin move. Oh, and Brandel touched it on neutral. This is perfect. Ralston got it from Muse. And that 1-2-3-4 play was great. And the Islanders have to regroup into offensive ice. Ralston, a snapper from the right circle. The lefty shot. Save. Jimenez, Oh, Muse wanted to go with Vercoder. And those two are allowed to go back to their benches. Roselli, defensive effort on that face-off. Getting down to the final 5 of the first. Spivak around for Holleran. Holleran trying to make it leave. Cut down by the Pics. Shot goes over the net from Baker. Set up now for Hogue. And his offering may have been McMahon deflecting it wide. And he goes for it. Below the goal line, Islanders get on him. Furious effort here in the first period. This is playoff game 1, baby. Oh, and it's right there in the crease as Springfield almost was able to score it through. Alan Craig makes a save on Hogue. And it came to him at left point. And Craig was ready. Now McMahon spins back. And offers into the Islanders zone from neutral. Spivak. Around for Crescenzo. Out the neutral, Kokoza sends it into the offensive zone. It's offside. Well, I apologize, folks. We got a few things going on here today. First, if y'all heard me on Sunday night, being the parent of a young child means you do a lot of Sherlocking on why are we sick now? What happened to make us sick this time? What happened to make her sick this time? She got us both sick. And I've just about recovered, but you're going to hear some sounding like I'm going through growth spurts today, vocals, I guess. And I'm connected directly to Jim Moscow's camera, so our mixer broke. That was unexpected, but Jim is an absolute professional and got us hooked up to the camera directly, so we're still able to bring you the play-by-play. Hauser twists one wide. Goes to Ross. Offensive zone to our right for the Islanders. Ross pass down low. Coming up for Ross and save Jimenez. On the feed from Yakmak. Walter Jimenez keeps doing his thing. We're down to 3:55 in the first period. That could have been it right there. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And you know, all that. Oh, jammed off the point. And is this going to be a coulda, woulda, shoulda? Oh, man. Not getting what he wanted out of that quite was River Sharada, the Springfield Pics veteran. Credit the Islanders players who got back there to challenge. Oh, Hauser down because of Sharada. And a shot coming in. Save is made. Craig. Up to several additional notches. Turn the knob to the right as this playoff game intensifies. DeRosier, face-off win. Randall. Passing. Goes out to neutral. Turchin. Dumps in. Craig reached out the goal stick. Rybalchenko to Brandel. Brandel wide. And skating. Brandel into the offensive zone and shot. Save. Jimenez. And the Islanders Hockey Club, this USPHL Premier team, getting a little used to Tyler Brandel and the things he's doing. And how can you not love a situation like that when a guy can just blow up into the offensive zone and snap one on goal and create a chance on his own, get a face-off offensive, and go from here? Well, Jim McCabe jinx applied, but maybe not. Yep. Islanders lost the face-off, but the Pics iced it. So DeRosier versus Kelly, face off to the right. His perspective, Jimenez has been excellent as advertised. You know, if nothing else, that felt like if you'll pardon me, it felt like a useless game on Sunday night. But if nothing else, it gave us the opportunity to upsell Jimenez. So now you're not surprised at what you're seeing in this game. Romanis has been past this and gets one on, intended for Dalibou, just a little bit out of the reach. And Springfield going to try to turn that in offense. But Dalibou, very nice effort to back check into neutral. And further on, got it back into his zone. Springfield dealt with him in a way that suggests a possible call. And there's been a few calls clamored for in this first period that haven't come. But there also have been calls that have been made. Played in the neutral. Holleran for Spivak. Reaching the red. Trying to get through the old blue. Roselli the other way. Long distance shot saved for Craig. Puck to the front on the checking in the Islanders zone. It's now for Romanis, who spins back on the strong skates and shows a little bit more of his skating skill. Giving to Holleran. Holleran for Frockin near wing. It's offside on the Islanders. Called with 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining in this first period. Frockin versus McMahon on the face-off. Springfield gets it. Dumped him by... Oh, didn't go all the way by Verconer. And the Islanders go the other way accordingly. Ralston, left circle shot. Gets the back glass. Consequences of not getting the puck deep. The Islanders turned it on the other way immediately. And now they're going to get an offensive zone draw. And certainly the Springfield Pics have spent time in the offensive zone, and we've called Andrew Craig's name enough in this first period to know what they have done in the first period. They haven't scored. Nobody has with 1:36 left first period. But I'd say the Islanders have spent the majority of time in the offensive zone, and have certainly given Jimenez enough work. Near side clear out attempt is good for Springfield. Wismuller in neutral. On for the reach of Turgeon, and a good reach for him to go down low versus Holleran. Holleran with the wrap-up and boards. Loose puck. Springfield got this nicely. Wismoller and Turchon in coordination on the first line, but the Islanders survive it, get it out to neutral. Schultz brings it back in for Springfield. Blue line, shots is saved for Craig. Ooh, Holleran is, if you'll pardon this expression, Holleran, apostrophe, and we see why now. He's in the penalty box. Springfield power play with 1:04 left. Holleran certainly pleaded his case, didn't think that this was justified, but with 1:04 to go in the first period, it's time for the Islanders penalty kill unit to show us what they're made of. Posthumous versus Turgeon. And win for the Pics, and then Wismoller rescued it nicely on the blue line. And on the puck down low, Islanders grabbed it and cleared it courtesy of Ross. Zeman for Turgeon. Caden Turgeon, 2008 player. Trying to get in the offensive zone. Islanders make it messy courtesy of Posthumous and Yakmek. They're in now. Baker sets up Wismoller left point. Posthumous there with him. Wismoller escapes. To the right point man, Zeman now to the right circle. One-timer doesn't go for Turgeon. He shanked it. Springfield's able to rescue it for Baker. Baker trying to get off Dapkus. Dapkus says, I won't let you get off me, and checks him in the near half wall. McMahon to Wismoller. 15 seconds. Zeman has Yakmek on him, and then because of that Posthumous, with 8 seconds left, skating down, short-handed, all over the net. Over the net. Maybe Walter Jimenez had something to do with it, but elevation sought on that shot, and pressure, and the clock running down, and all of it. Oh, but still an exciting short-handed chance that the Islanders generate as they were able to get the pressure at the point and get that breakaway. And we skate to the first and second period intermission with a 0-0 score. Islanders Hockey Club and Springfield Pics. This is the USPHL Premier Playoffs on Black Bear TV. We'll take a break.
In front of the lights and was dangling the wires.
Yeah.
So there was a spot where I had.
Merrimack College, North Andover, Massachusetts, USPHL Premier Playoffs on Black Bear TV, 25/26. Regular season has now segued to the postseason. New England Division, first round, best of 3 series, all hosted by the Islanders Hockey Club versus Springfield Pics after one period of play. 0-0. And we start with about a half minute of power play time for Springfield Pics. Smooth sheet of ice. And so I don't know if I even need to tell you this point. It's been so long. I've told you so many times. This is Jim McCabe's least preferred time to have a power play. Springfield Pics into the offensive zone. With round by Gibson Baker. Goes to the left point man. And now the right point man. I'm Wismoller. Back where it came from. Samuel Zeman. Pressure. Nick Posthumous. And watch out. That's how the first period ended. Posthumous and Jameson Yakmak pressured the point person. Posthumous had a breakaway chance. Could not get it home. Now Springfield picks into the offensive zone deep. Yakmak throws the big contact on Springfield's number 15, Cole Davis. Power play coming to an end. Posthumous once again pressuring, and Yakmak on the rotation is able to get to this puck. Thought maybe that would be a breakaway, but instead, these two players down low. Yakmak moved around. Check finish on him, I believe, by Samuel Zeman, as we're now back to even strength. This connection is to Turgeon from Baker, but the Islanders break it up. And this is now Michael Ross skating the Boca Raton native into the offensive zone. Bo Dalbu looking for the ability to keep this going, but Springfield players got it going, get away. 7 behind, Bill Dapkus. That shot, though, missed from Aiden Pisano. And Springfield picks back in, trying to get it to the front. Pisano, but that was denied by the Islander player, who was thankfully, for the IC's sake, able to knock it down. Then they were able to step to the front to jam that shot from going on in a quality way from Cole Davis. Islanders Hockey Club Try for a breakaway. Dalabuda from Honest, and they've got this. From Honest gets the medal. Off the goal frame, and we stay 0-0. Joe Spivak dumps in. Look around, Dapkus keeps it in near point. Bill Dapkus all the way across the blue line, sends it deep. Out of the reach of Damian Costina, goes for Nathan DeRosier. Islanders keep this going. Joe Spivak bonks it off the boards, hoping to back for DeRosier. Turned over, Pics, clear. Dapkus collects it in his own zone. Springfield changing. Dapkus, Costadina, waiting the offensive blue with Delaney. Goes into the Springfield zone. IHC change time. Springfield gets it out to neutral. This is for Green. Green into the offensive zone near side. Green puts one on the side of the net. Goaltender activation, Andrew Craig. Oh, the Springfield Pics get another crack at this, but pass puck to the point is out to neutral. Dumped in by Daniel Mortis. Islanders trying to grab onto this. Stepping onto it is McAuliffe. Below the goal line. Out here, far side. Oh, McAuliffe. Oh, takes a couple of hits. The second one I think was not as great. Was from Green. First one was from Sherrata. Thought it was a little bit of a defenseless hit. Been a pretty clean game. Haven't had too many extracurricular moments. It's another rousing rendition of the Massachusetts Junior Hockey Derby. Muse for the IHC in neutral. Crescenzo dumps in. Muse forechecking. Got one of these two guys talking about Muse and Frotkin. Oh boy! Quality chance for the IHC is saved by Walter Jimenez. Muse is going to stay out there. Frotkin as well. These guys have played a lot of games together. The IHC 15, 16, 18 and from here level. Almost 400, as you heard me say in the pregame. Combined between those two. Muse did tell me pregame, by the way. No relation to the Penguins coach. He said, I wish. And you know how many times I've heard that? Say, are you related? And they say, I wish. Well, you don't have to wish too much, Nick Muse. What's Jim McCabe saying? He's saying Muse has been a real solid part of the package this season for the IHC. And he's going to the front as trying to work on this is Ralston. And they've set it up now for Ralston to shoot above the circles. Save is made by Jimenez. Glove comes out. I do not believe I have Ralston on here for lines today. But he is playing. So, last second decision of some sort. Or just otherwise omitted. But Elliot Ralston is most definitely playing today. That appears to be given the fourth line extended action. Stepping in from the right point, O'Keefe shot and stepping out of his crease to make the save is Jimenez. Boy, Walter Jimenez, the 2007 goaltender, is laser focus locked in. You saw it in that moment right there. Still looking for our first goal. Face off to the left of his perspective. Posthumous and Turgeon on the draw. Turgeon won it clean. Posthumous then immediately goes to a check on his number 24 counterpart, Delaney. Power 4 on the far half wall. Puck down to the below the goal line into the far corner. Delaney and Yakmak working on a Posthumous to the front. Shot didn't go for Hauser. Just off target and returned to the front end from the near side battle. And that was a save for Jimenez. Oh, nice blue collar effort by Pisano from the pass of Turgeon. But the Islanders are going to go the other way. They're outnumbered right now. It's 2v5. More players joining in. Far side shot, Spivak. Going to be saved by Jimenez out of play. We've played 5 minutes and 8 seconds of the second period. USPHL Premier Playoffs on Black Bear TV. 0-0 between Springfield Pics and the Islanders Hockey Club. Rosier wins the faceoff. Back for Spivak, shot. And everybody works harder in the playoffs, including the referee to duck out of the way of that shot. Springfield can get deep into the Islanders' zone. Here comes a big check. Holleran threw it on Baker. And McMahon drops it. Roselli shot to Rosier. Makes sure he gets in the way. And it's deflected out of play. 14:29 to go into the second. The boys watching in street clothes for the Islanders Hockey Club. Playing a little foosball. Party atmosphere here at Gallant Arena when the playoffs come to town. And they do all the time. Here comes Bo Dalibou. Dalibou shot. Ooh, I think a little too much mustard on that. And that's from somebody who's got a mustard-based sandwich sitting in his backpack. Boy, the Islanders rushed out of their zone on the faceoff and staring at the net. Shot didn't go. They didn't get a quality rebound off of it, and they're going to try for something more here, but the Pics are passing their own zone. Islanders forechecking. And maybe just the Islanders Hockey Club look a step or two off in certain moments. A moment like that, playoff jitters, I think, possible. As these two teams are, the Islanders Hockey Club, you know, they are now fully aware of what they're getting from the Pics. Pics are playing them hard. Far side shot. Islanders Hockey Club maybe to look to make some adjustments. That shot didn't go. Pics onto things now. Setting up the left point man. Drives Zeman wide. Near side kept in by Mortis. Goes around for Dapkus. And he tries to make a lead, but it's kept in. And Zeman's shot will once again goes wide. Mr. Reddick, the referee, scurrying out of the way as the puck goes one way and the other in the offensive zone for the Springfield Pics. But now the Islanders are going the other way. And Dalibou will get another crack at this to the net. Oh, off the post as he tries to finish it in a glorious way. Dalibou back onto this. Oh, but the Pick player is able to take it off him and dump in from neutral as that's Davis. And it's at least minimum one player has just changed, I believe, for the IC. And that may have been it. Islanders now try to walk out of their zone once more, and they've done it. And try to cross into the offensive zone, but the Pics got this, turned it over, and back we go. McAuliffe looking to go to Costina, and they'll have to try on Mortis. Mortis is the one who gets it. He tries to clear. O'Keefe keeps in. Point shot. Hops just wide net. Maybe goaltender save from Jimenez. He had the activation. O'Keefe onto the tape of Muse. Islanders just on side. Yes, and now a puck out of play. A nice glove save from Edis Fermanis on the bench. We got 12:08 to go in the second period. Tension building in this game one. I don't know what the Islanders thought. They thought it was going to be quite like this, but here we are, 0-0 game, and the Islanders get a shot right off the face-off, and it's cleared down. And Springfield Pics ice the puck. So we're coming back into their zone. Yes, yours truly doesn't usually bring lunch with them to the hockey games, but the missus packed one today, and the goal is to always have a packed lunch for playoff games, because you just never know. Frotkin wins the faceoff. Spivak. Return down low. Frotkin tried to grab this, but his number 7 counterpart got to it and cleared was Rivers Sherrata. And Pics take another icing, so a little strategy here. You got to think when it happens like this in this era of no change. Hockey teams don't just ice the puck for the fun of it. Pics have to keep the guys out there, and they're just trying to get them to break and hope that the Islanders don't get situations like that. Well, they didn't go for Frotkin, but came close. Ralston to the front. Muse! Save Jimenez! Oh, what a save by Walter Jimenez! (0-0) with 11:32 in the second left. Walter Jimenez has just put us all on notice. Posthumous stepping forward for the face-off effort. Pics got to try and clear. Islanders with pressure. Pics now get it out neutral. What a save for Jimenez. Pisano onto the far side, returning to the front. Oh, what a great setup that was. I can't talk about it enough. Now the Islanders get going the other way for Hauser. Schultz back there with them. And that allowed for the fairly routine cover-up by Jimenez. Posthumous versus Turgeon facing off. Posthumous gets the shot save. Jimenez. Hauser goes down. Very nice blue-collar effort to flush it along. Hoping for Yakmak, who didn't get it. And then the clear by Carpenter. Big check finish on by Yakmak as the coincidental whistle blows. Turgeon and Yakmak then engage afterwards. Getting down to the halfway point of regulation. Coach Ben Murphy for the IC sends line 4 right back out there. What an excellent shift they had. Best chance of the game for the Islanders was from this line of Muse, Frotkin, and Ralston. And they win the faceoff, and Ross' point shot was routine save for Jimenez. Back for Ross. His shot this time flushed wide by Roselli. Baker then gets us going for the ability to skate out. And the Pics get to the offensive zone, and the check was finished on Schultz, the defenseman who led the charge. Ross for Ralston. Staying on side is Frotkin. Ralston had a little bit of trouble, but he's got back up by Frotkin, who's returned it to Ralston, who's now free by himself in the right circle. His shot over the net and out of play. What a nice effort by Ethan Frotkin to back up Elliot Ralston in that moment. Hauser, Yakmak. Two guys I wanted to tell you about for some reason. I could have just told you Hauser on the face-off, but for some reason Yakmak caught my attention, as if maybe I thought they were going to design something on a face-off. And this is not for me to talk about anymore. What is for me to talk about is Zeman being down and the penalty box being open for the Islanders. Power play for Springfield. Posthumous is penalized for high sticking. So as we approach the halfway point of regulation, 10-13 in the second period remaining. Springfield Pics back on the power play. As we continue to seek our first icebreaker. And this faceoff is going to take place to the left, his perspective of Craig. Springfield Pics power play unit. Aiden Pisano. James Green, Robert Sherrata, and the point people are Delaney and Davis. Green trying to offer it. Islanders smothering. Hauser clears. And the settle down by the goaltender Walter Jimenez. And so the skate out is James Delaney. And the pass, Davis. And it's Pisano. Delaney. High to low. Working on it behind the net. Green trying to connect it to Pisano. No room given by the IC. They try for the up-high play. Sherrata's shot. Save. Craig. No rebound. Whistle. 9:29 left in the second. Power play down to 1:16. Face off to the right of Craig. Turgeon won it. Wismoller on for the half wall, and then the one-timer Zeman near point eventually brought up into the glass. Zeman for Wismoller. for Zeman. Wismoller. He shot. Save, I'm going to say. Craig, lots of traffic in front. Set up for Zeman. And now to Baker. Gibson Baker. Over for the one-time Turgeon. He had to reset himself. It was the open net. He couldn't shoot it, though. Eventually, right point shot by Baker is a save. They've rotated around. Zeman fed up from top Wismoller. One-timer. And bouncing around in front after it did not go into the net. Kept in near point Wismoller. And set across by Turgeon. A lot passing by the Pics looks threatening, but they're not getting a lot of pucks on goal. And 20 seconds power play. Wrapped up far side is Baker. Islanders get to it. Cleared around and out. And 10 seconds power play. Zeman into the offensive zone. Looks like he might shoot, but he holds. The left-hander will cycle it for Turgeon. Another lefty will go for it and send to the far side. Baker back to the front. Islanders get involved, and it's back to 5-on-5. Islander player trying to clear, and it's successful. Schultz looking for it in neutral. Check coming in big on him by Costina. And now Dalibou reaching the red line and dumping in right to the bench for him. Under 8 minutes to play in the second period. Still 0-0 in this USPHL Premier Playoff game. And the Islanders get to this from Honest in the offensive zone. And it's short-lived. The puck is down for the collection of one Tyler Randall. Randall, hustle time. Out to neutral. Into the offensive zone. Randall to the net. Shot is on goal, and Jimenez looks like he's about to steer a canoe out there holding that goal stick. Makes the save and gets the whistle. Wow. I'm waiting for the Springfield Pics to wake up on Tyler Randall because he's taken a few tours into the offensive zone that seem to leave the Pics completely unaware. Romanis on the face-off win shot. Quick whip, and the save is made. Jimenez battling for it. Near corner. Offensive zone to our left. Islanders pass it along. Randall, rescue play, but it's forced out the neutral from Romanis. Backlines it. Elite prospects refer to Edis Romanis as /D. So that's interesting. Check in neutral. Dislodged the penalty box door. The door that was not shut all the way. Stoppage. And again, I'm going to tell you, this is a potentially coincidental stoppage. I don't know why the whistle blew. It's a non-penalty whistle. It's a face-off to the left, his perspective, Jimenez. Kelly versus Frotkin. Frotkin wins the draw. O'Keefe, the point shot. Winds up dying next to the net, and Jimenez says, I guess I'll cover. 6:55 to go in the second. Frotkin, tough on the face-off. Pics got to it to try and clear. O'Keefe with the keep-in. Carpenter versus Muse near corner. Carpenter, the skater. And then Gavin Carpenter, the backup goaltender. The puck to the point, and Jimenez, another routine save on the shot of O'Keefe. .37 left, second period. Look at the minutes being logged by line 4 in the second period especially. Frotkin working on it hard. Whatever the reasoning is, I'll tell you, it's given the top 6 time to rest. Dapkus. Ralston, a nice skate move. Holding on. Getting out neutral. A lot of lefties out there in this game. Ralston getting around the screen of Dapkus. Muse. And now Dapkus. And now back line further from Muse. And puck to Ralston. Sprinkle pick nearby to take on the turnover, but he was heading off the bench for the change. Ralston dropped it for Ross. Shot save. Jimenez, who is coming out of his crease in really wise ways in this hockey game to cut down angles and It's one of those things you don't want to over-rely on, I suppose. This is me speaking as a non-goaltender, so I think we all know, folks, that there's a small degree when I talk of a little bit of talking out of my you-know-what, but, still from an era of experience as a former hockey player. If nothing else, I can say I have skin in the game, but not as a goaltender ever. So that's just through all the years of observation of what goaltenders do. And Jimenez has certainly been mixing it up and doing a lot of different things to keep the puck out. And it's zeros on the board, both sides. Andrew Craig goaltending his heart out for the Islanders in this game as well. Puck in the Islanders zone, sent to the front of the net. Islanders were there, no problem. This is set up for Posthumus in neutral, and it's dump and chase time, and also change time. 5 minutes to go in the second. Pics into the offensive zone here. McMahon's shot with Spivak. The guy was inadvertently screening his goaltender. Wound up going wide. Wonder how much Craig saw that. Big contact on a Springfield player in front of his bench. Sherrod is slow to get up. And he is getting up. And what do we have here? Springfield Pics have scored a goal. My focus was on Sherrod to tell you he'd gotten hit. And as I'm looking around, the Springfield Pics are indicating I think they can have a goal. I don't have access to replays, so I cannot tell you about this, but this is a little confusing. Springfield is signaling, making the signal to the officials that it should be a goal. Of course, the referee has to make that gesture, and did he actually? Pics have scored the goal. It's 1-0. As we're within the final 5 of the second period, this is, without a doubt, the oddest playoff goal I've ever seen. I don't know who scored it. I don't know anything about it. I didn't see what happened. It was quick into the offensive zone, and there was a hit on the sideboards that was pretty rough. And while that was happening, somehow Pics snuck it into the Islanders' net. It's 1-0. We'll have to rely on the box score for that one totally. Crescenzo Dalibou helping it in. And Jimenez watches as a turnover happens. Crescenzo comes in and shot just over the net. Another one to the net, and this is Randall's shot. Save Jimenez. Islanders right back to work. Randall will keep it alive at the right point and jam one, and it goes down low. Crescenzo wants the puck. Big defense on him from Sam Zeman, a 6'3", 200-pounder. Sent to the front, and the Pics get rid of it. Rolling tire down for Rybalchenko. And for Brandel. For Dalibou. Bo Dalibou into the offensive zone. Lets it go deep. 3.5 to play the second period. 1-0 lead for Springfield Pics. Dapkus into the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone. Bill Dapkus. Below the goal line. Lost it. Pics trying to clear. Fermanis to keep alive. And now the Pics push it out to neutral. Fermanis tries to dump it in from the red line. Pics give him issues. Oh, Fermanis! Very large contact on Davis. Blew him up. Puck the other way for Fermanis. He bangs it home. A puck up the middle for Ennis Fermanis. And he's tied the game at 1. He puts the big hit on. And then a puck up the middle for Big E. And it's Uno with 2:46 to go in the second. And so our tie game from 0-0 was broken up, and then we're back to it shortly thereafter. A tie situation as the Pics get the icebreaker, and the Islanders don't take a lot of time to respond. Now, without looking at replay, I want to make that asterisk because I like to be able to, see the replay and make sure that it matches with what I think I saw. I think that the Pics probably could have, complained a little bit more about the hit. This is me just speaking in my normal, brutally honest manner, as has always been the case forever and ever. I thought the arm came out a little bit from Manis, but no calls. He keep playing, and the player wasn't devastated by it. Davis was able to get back to the bench, so the big hit happened, and then somebody to credit with the big assist here. Somebody put that big puck up the middle. Manis streaked up the middle and buried it on a really hard shot that Walter Jimenez didn't seem like he had a prayer of stopping. Offside on the IC in this moment with 1:49 to go in the second period. Wow. Fifth playoff goal in 8 games in the USPHL Premier. Redis Fermanis. Oh no, guys! That penalty bench has got to get closed and stay closed. Springfield penalty bench was unfortunately open or fully unlocked again. Springfield player had a little bit of trouble. I guess they must have thought they had it the last time, and it was not. Springfield bench a little upset by that. Hopefully that player's okay. .110 to go in the second. A lot going on here in North Andover, Mass. as part of this playoff game. Corbin Vercoder, 1 versus several, going to take a long distance shot. That's a save by Craig, and it's out of play. And a check finish here by Hauser. And everybody's going to separate. 57 seconds remaining in the second period. Hauser's going to get the penalty. Springfield Pics are going to draw something up here quick, as they're going to have another power play potentially carry over to the next period. If they don't get this here. Hauser in the box for the big hit. And a face-off to the leftist perspective, Craig. Turgeon, McNann, Baker up front. Seaman, the D, and Wismuller, the forward, are the 2-point people. Islanders get to it right away to make it leave. Seaman. Baker. In the offensive zone is Baker. Connected to the front Islanders. Tight coverage. Dalibou. Puts it around one man. Zeman is back there for Springfield. Samuel Zeman, 2008 player for Springfield Pics. Demonstrating some good abilities here for this USPHL Premier team. Oh, man. Dumped in. We got a stoppage here. The official is down. Mr. Carrier, the linesman, is getting back up. And what I tell you, folks, everybody's got to be a step quicker in the playoffs. Not just the players, the officials, and they have been. And Mr. Carrier is thankfully okay. Mr. Reddick and Mr. Carrier and Mr. Yepes are the referee and the linespeople respectively. 13.1 seconds in the period. Turgeon won the face-off. Seaman grabs it. Puts it on. And a control for Baker. Set up for Wismuller. And a quick shot for him. Blocked by Yakmak. 2 seconds left. Yakmak's got to shoot. And he's going to shoot as the buzzer sounds and wide. Oh, and Yakmak will get involved now. Wismuller wants him. Seaman a little involved. I'd say the Pics should give the Islanders more of a break, but we've already seen some stuff here in the second. So my guess is the Pics aren't in the mood to be told to give their opponents a longer leash on such a classic situation as shooting the puck as the buzzer sounds. Yakmak's trying to stride to the blue line, I think, was hoping to get inside the blue line to think he had enough of a chance to shoot. The Springfield Pics, actually, the situation there by Yakmak looks like it's just cost the Pics a penalty. Looks like we're going to have 4-on-4 to start. Islanders goad the Pics, and we'll start 4-on-4 in the third period because we'll take a break. Welcome back, everybody. USPHL Premier Playoffs on Black Bear TV. First round, New England Division. Best of 3 series. Game 1. Islanders Hockey Club and Springfield Pics are tied at 1. Starting the third period on a 4-on-4. So, total mystery goal. Springfield Pics scored to make it 1-0 them. None of us up here had any idea about what happened on how that goal was scored. Pics seemed to be in the know. Gibson Baker had the goal. It was at 15-16, and the assists were to James Delaney and Kelly McMahon. So, there you go. Gibson Baker had the goal. Edis Romanis scored for the IHC. The only assist was Michael Ross, and it was at 17-13, so almost exactly 2 minutes after. Four on four starting out. Islanders Hockey Club breaking out in a 4-on-4. Dumped in from neutral. And set up now Tyler Brandel. Right point shot, save Jimenez. Walter Jimenez, goaltender for the Springfield Pics, made a highlight reel save in the second period. And he is really goaltending to a great degree for the Springfield Pics. The shots on goal after 2 periods of play, 28 for the Islanders, 16 for Springfield. Still 4-on-4. Face off in the Springfield zone. We got 2 games happening tomorrow. Game 2, Islanders Hockey Club and Springfield Pics in the USPHL Premier Playoffs. Then, Islanders versus Montreal Knights, USPHL Elite. Game 1. In the offensive zone is Gibson Baker. Baker to the net. Save is made. Oh, and the rebound was right there, but could not put it home. And a save, Andrew Craig. So the personnel's changed now. You're 5-on-4, and that is the power play that is running for the Islanders Hockey Club. And let's freaking go is the message from the Islanders Hockey Club bench. Dapkus dumps in. Power play. They were urged to break out on it. It's down now 23 seconds as I look. Point to point. Bill Dapkus from Tyler Brandel. Back where it came from. Shot blocked. Went to the open man to Rossier. In the middle, Brandel. Shot's going to go out of play. Islanders Hockey Club are currently missing the services of one Adam Hottie, one of the guys who celebrated. He was in the game in the first period, but we haven't seen him since. And the word is he may be dealing with some adversity, and we're hoping for the best for him to come back as soon as he's able to. Face-off win, and the Islanders Hockey Club get a chance down low, and the save was made by Jimenez, who is lights out right now. Spivak, the original denial, and then it looked like another chance in front as I was saying all that. Grossier sets up Dapkus at the point, and we're back to 5-on-5. Dapkus across, a shot coming in, is blocked. There's Fermanis back to him, and as Fermanis sets it up now, the man who's being ridden into the near side boards. Dalibou got away from Schultz eventually, and the Islanders set up to the front courtesy of Fermanis, but Dalibou could not slam it home. And the Springfield Pics able to get this and clear it out to neutral. Still 1-1, 2.5 minutes in. Remember, the Pics swept last season, did the playoffs 2-0, and they were both one-goal finishes. They both went to overtime. Are we going to have this happen again? Still plenty of third period to play. Time to answer that question. Daniel Mortis a shot, and that was a routine save for Andrew Craig, the 2005 player, my man, from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. Part of the goaltending team that has brought the IHC so much success this season. As we come back to action, Retnikov trying to start something in neutral, and Springfield with defense on him. Anthony Rocco Crescenzo got the touch on it. And now Daniel Mortis has it for the Springfield Pics behind his net. Pass to Green. And outletted by James Green. And the Islanders take care of this. Dumping it into the offensive zone. Walter Jimenez settle it down. Played around. O'Keefe, the point shot deflected in front, and Costina looking at an open net, but he couldn't slam it home. Quick puck that went through the area. And now Green in neutral, challenged by Frotkin. Crescenzo, another touch. Goes to the IC back line. Holleran into the offensive zone. Gerald Hollowan, wide near side shot. Jimenez makes that save. And Holleran has it down low. Passes three guys for the IC below the goal line. Coming back to Holleran. And his shot is blocked by the Pics. Bounces up and down. And still a possibility. Frotkin could not get on goal. Oh, tantalizing situation there for the IC. Sharada is able to shoot the other way and hop one on goal, and the save by Craig, and he's gotten the whistle. So, Gibson Baker for the Springfield Pics, Edis Fermanis for the Islanders Hockey Club. The two goals that have been scored. It's 1-1 in Game 1. 15:53 left, third period. 3 rounds before the USPHL Nationals and the New England Division Playoffs. Northern Cyclones were the number 1 seed. They have the first round bye. The Pics jamming away for this. Off the face-off win. And more goaltending from Andrew Craig to keep the game tied. As we said, as the 25/26 season came to an end and it became clear the Cyclones would have the first round bye, the Islanders Hockey Club will have home ice this round, obviously. We're watching them play on home ice. Beating the Pics in this first round means they get home ice next round. After that, depends on what happens to the Northern Cyclones. Spivak put to shallow in Springfield territory. Springfield with the reversal. Looking for a possibility in neutral. The Islanders Hockey Club just offered it weakly into the Springfield zone. Zeman dumps in. Craig gets involved and Brandel onto it in a hurry, as he had to be, and scooting and passing. Seaman has been all over the place for the Springfield Pics. Nice presence in neutral, and this makes the puck go back into the Islanders zone so Springfield can change. And we have now played 5 minutes of the third period. And the Islanders Hockey Club get it out to neutral. And the Springfield Pics go back in. It's from Baker on the wing to the net, passing. Nice goal stick came out from Craig. I saw that, and that just disrupted enough. Pics get it out of their zone, and what back and forth hockey we've got going on here. Randall, very nice skate 360 for Hauser, and for Posthumous didn't go clean. Virgin couldn't get through Dapkus, and Ross puts to Hauser. Cross ice for Yakmak. Got Posthumous with him in a 2v3. Yak Mac's far side shot was a save for Jimenez with challenging happening. Springfield getting to try and clear. Goes to the front. And, the Islanders were physical at the forechecking. But the Pics did get it out to neutral. Dump back in. Settled down by Jimenez. Islanders execute change. Springfield passive in the breakout. Islanders aggressive on the forecheck. But it is the Pics escaping out the neutral. Baker, the goal scorer, dumping in under 14 minutes. Third period. Craig gets involved. And the Islanders break it out. Romanis, a nice lateral puck for DeRosier. DeRosier, a little flip, hoping maybe for it to go Dalibou, but the Pics were able to converge in their zone. Dapkus on for the offside entry by Ross. $13:34 to go. Third period. We're facing off in neutral. And it's DeRosier versus Roselli. And Pics get onto this. Mortis dumps in. Ross first to have the puck touch. Pics. Tight checking. Trying for it. Hard effort from McMahon. Into the Springfield zone now. Romanis wants it. Pics make it leave, courtesy of Mortis. Islanders back in this look offside. And Romanis cannot, because now Dalibou is finally tagged up. And the because was the Islander player was still in the offensive zone. A little bit of this, a little bit of that going on here in the third period. 12:40 to go. Schultz turns it over from on his shot. Just wide. What I'm really trying to tell you, this is finally a quiet spot in what has otherwise been a very non-quiet game. But it's still the quiet playoff intensity. It's different. Green versus Holleran. Put one to the front. Holleran, the defense as much as he could on him. Oh, and Dalibou, something happened to him as he's in some trouble as he goes back to the bench. Stoppage in play. .12:09 to go in the third period. Face off to the left, his perspective, Craig. No time for cough buttons today. No time for anything, folks. Just time to watch. Islanders get it out of their zone. Oh, big contact put on McAuliffe, courtesy of Pisano. Put to neutral. Costadina dumps in. Some Arizonans playing in this game for Connor for the... Oh! The Islanders. Got a chance from Costadina on the goal line, and it was saved on the goal line by Jimenez. Apparently, there's folks on the balcony who think that did go in, and for a game that featured a mystery goal before, this adds to the controversy. Costadina, the Arizonan, with that chance. As I said for Coda, also, he's from Phoenix. Puts it in front. Springfield controlling. Watch out. Going into the Plinko zone and elevated puck stoppage. 11:21. Remaining third period. Rocket on the face-off for the IC. But the win was in there courtesy of Marcus Kokosa. And he'll bow for far side. Goes to the front. River Sharada. Gets it out to neutral. Randall for the IC. Reverses. Muse. Gets Fracken. His shot goes home! Ethan Fracken! A nice level shot on the pass from Muse. And this fourth line has been working its butt off the whole game, and they've just given the Islanders the lead. 2-1 with 11:02 left. Ethan Fracken gets the goal. The multi-level Islanders Hockey Club veteran, Ethan Fracken, nearly 200 games played in orange and blue. '2006 player. And you just never know. All the saves Jimenez has made. And I think that one might be, and I don't say it sarcastically, I mean, I really just say he might want that one back. It looked like it was a potential save to make, but got fooled. And Fracken's goal gives the Islanders the 2-1 lead as we approach the halfway point of the third period. Big go-ahead goal. Bill Dapkus. Or Jameson Yakmak challenged. Sano. Islanders still getting in the offensive zone. Islanders lead game one. And it's their first lead of the game. Springfield led 1-0. Last two for the Islanders. Oh, that's defense. That is defense on Pisano from Dapkus. Islanders trying to change. What's going on here? Yakmak was crossed up with Baker. Baker was standing there, just awkwardly positioned in front of the IC bench, and I don't even have time. Ralston approaching it for a shot. Save is made. Got rough with him, did Caden Turgeon, and the puck is in the glove of Walter Jimenez. Fracken wins the face-off clean for Ralston. Out for Ross. His shot gloved by Jimenez. Framanis and Fracken. Haven't we told you about these guys? Bussin' FR. FR Fracken. FR Framanis. Two guys that have paced this Islanders Hockey Club premier team. Eight and a half to go in the third period. Islanders breaking out. Rosier shot above the circles. Blocked. Got to it again. Shot from the far side was a save for Jimenez. McMahon. Zeman tossed it out of his zone. Framanis. For Holleran. Dumps in. Springfield gets it out. Got less than 8 minutes left. Springfield needs a goal to tie this game one. A far side shot from Davis, the left winger. There we go. Another one coming in. That's a blocker from Craig. Stoppage with 7:41 to go. Third period. Yes, indeed, folks. Tomorrow, Game 2 between these two teams is at noon Eastern Time on Black Bear TV, followed by Islanders Elite versus Montreal Knights Game 1. That starts at 5 p.m. Saturday, Islanders Elite versus Montreal at 11 a.m. Game 2. from Skate 3 Arena in Tingsboro. Sunday is if necessary day. Islanders get it out of their zone. Dump and chase time. Costina got the touch. And then a shot for McAuliffe was close. And a nice keep in by Holleran and Crescenzo and Costadina. Costadina wrapped up in front of the garage. Baker trying to escape near side. Islanders make it messy courtesy of McAuliffe. Holleran from his own blue line starts it up for Crescenzo. Crescenzo takes the double hit. And the Pics clear it. And it's icing on them. Sunday if necessary. Game 3, Islanders league versus Montreal is at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. if necessary. And if this series goes the distance, that would start at 3 p.m. All from North Andover, Massachusetts. The only playoff game between the Elite and Premier. As this face-off for the Islanders. Hauser shot. Save. Another one coming in. Yak-Mack scores. Jamison Yak-Mack counts it home in front on the wall shot. Yak-Mack cleans it up. 3-1 Islanders. 6:41 to go in the third. Win the face-off and are able to break through. And it's 3 straight for the IHC. Well, you talk about what kind of game this has been. Walter Jimenez stifled the Islanders Hockey Club for goaltending throughout much of this game. The Springfield Pics delivered a really hard game for the Islanders to contend with. But the IHC have finally broken through. A comeback effort from down 1-0. The goal for Gibson Baker. The Islanders have responded with Edis Fermanis, Ethan Frodkin, and Jamison Yak-Mack. Jimenez spins it around. Sorry, as I was just saying, the only game these two teams, USPHL Premier and Elite Islanders, will have this weekend potentially that is not being played here in North Andover will be that Saturday game at Skate 3 Arena in Tingsboro, home of the NCDC Islanders. All on Black Bear TV. Best of 3 series, and so that always means a team wins game 1, the other team gets put on elimination watch. As we get down to the final 5 minutes of the third period, will the Springfield Pics face elimination tomorrow? This will go a long way of answering. Sherrata down for it and not able to finish on the breakaway with coverage there, but I thought he lost an edge and maybe went down a little bit on his own, if I saw correctly. No call to tell you about. And the Islanders do survive that moment and maintain the 3-1 lead. Sully Hauser shot from the near side, gets the back glass. And the carom is all the way back to the IHC blue line. And Holleran for Hauser. Hauser for Holleran. Penalty coming up on the Pics. And they possess it, and they're going to the penalty box with 4:23 left in regulation. James Green to the box. Not happy. think there's a feeling on the Springfield side potentially that there's been more calls. It's been a little tilted in terms of the calls. But from the Islanders Hockey Club, the old adage is, we'll take it. And the 3-1 lead as we're getting down to 4 minutes left in game one. Trying to end a playoff losing streak to Springfield. Fermanis to Rosier. Fermanis. Rosier. And these two continue. And Fermanis now sets up Dapkus, his fellow point person. Fermanis in and out of the right circle. His shot is a save for Jimenez, and the easy bang out is courtesy of Caden Turgeon. The Pics swept last year's playoff series. 2017-18, the Islanders beat the Springfield Pics 2-0 in the quarterfinals. And 2017, they beat the Pics 2-0 in the semifinals. So a 4-win, 2-loss record from the Islanders' perspective versus Springfield, not counting, as I said in the pregame, when these two teams met back in 2004 under different names. Power play is now coming down to 40 seconds. Holler in the left point person with it. Now sends to Ross, the new left point man. His shot goes down to the crease and save Jimenez. Oh, and Jimenez is getting jabbed with the stick, and he's heading back to try and soften the impact. And the Islanders Hockey Club not taking any prisoners in this situation. 2:54 to go in the third period. Certainly showing different signs of, what would you say, domination. They're taking down the Pics one shift at a time. Sullivan Hauser, bob, bob, bang, into the top left corner of the net. And it's 4-1 on the power play goal. 2:47 left in game one. And yes, indeed, slowly but surely, by the end of it, the Islanders Hockey Club are asserting their will. And the Springfield Pics can only wonder what happened to their 1-0 lead. It disappeared and then some. 4 unanswered goals for the Islanders Hockey Club. 4-1 lead. And now it's desperation time for the Springfield Pics, and we'll look to see if Jimenez might go for an extra skater with the Pics down by 3. Costadina with help from O'Keefe. Protecting far corner. Islanders zone to our left. Fermanis, Frotkin, Yakmak, and Hauser. If I am correct, all 4 of those guys were mentioned in the pregame as celebrated Islanders Hockey Club players on this 25/26 roster. God, I'm telling you, the Islanders Hockey Club really did a great job graduating these guys. USPHL Elite 2 Premier, Yakmak among them. Great USPHL Premier career for Fermanis, and specifically with the Islanders. Great Islanders career for Frotkin. And Yakmak and also Sully Hauser, the stars of the Elite who have become stars of the Premier. Yakmak with a great reach in front to clean up the mess to make the 3-0 And then one more cherry in the Coke on the great shot from Sullivan Hauser. Game winner, if the score holds, would be for Framanis. And the insurance goal for Frotkin. Under a minute to go. As we wondered if this would go to OT and these two teams would finish in a one-goal situation again, but no, the Islanders Hockey Club made sure that wasn't the case. And the net now empty for Springfield. 40 seconds. Game 2 tomorrow. Elimination time for Springfield. Muse aiming for the empty net. It's blocked. Again, the runners-up of the last two USPHL championship games. Only one can potentially go back to the Natties. That is how the playoffs work, Jim. Frotkin aiming for the empty net. And they'll be cut down by Mortis. And we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon. But for now, as the Pics get out of their zone, we'll tell you. Sound the siren, get in the Dubs limo. Always dream chasing. Islanders Hockey Club going to win this game against Springfield 5-1. Number 5, Tyler Brandel. And empty net goal from his own blue line. 114 feet for Tyler Brandel. And 6 seconds left. That is the last cherry in the Coke in Game 1. IHC will have a convincing win versus Springfield heading into Elimination Day tomorrow. Game is over. USPHL Premier Playoffs 2026. New England Division first round, best of 3 series, Game 1. Islanders Hockey Club beat Springfield Pics 5-1. And Pink Pony Club, the victory song, playing in the background. Game 2 tomorrow on Black Bear TV at noon. We'll be here for it. For my cameraman and producer, Jim Moscow, this is Jim McCabe saying thanks for watching and listening. One more time, tell you, in the playoffs, Islanders Hockey Club beat the Springfield Pics 5-1. See ya.